Hey, it's Josephine from the Pointe shop. You guys loved our autocomplete by Google, so we're gonna do a couple more questions about pointe shoes. What pointe shoes are made of? A lot of people think that pointe shoes are made out of wood, but it's definitely not. Pointe shoes are made out of a lot of different materials. It could be different layers of canvas, leather, burlap, and all layered with glue. It's hard enough so that you can be supported, but it's also soft enough so that you can really articulate your feet. There are some new shoes on the market that are made out of synthetic materials like polymer, like Gainer Minden or Electra, but traditional pointe shoes are made like paper mache, so it's just a lot of materials pasted together and baked in an oven. What pointe shoes last the longest? All the traditionally made pointe shoes with paste, they're not gonna last as long as the synthetic made ones. So Gainer Minden, Electra, certain types of Nicolai shoes, they're all made out of a slight polymer material, and those typically last a little bit longer because they're kind of like plastic where it doesn't just wear down, it just lasts a little bit longer because it is synthetic. There are pros and cons to both the paste shoe and the polymer shoe. It just depends on what you like and what your needs are. Definitely polymer shoes last a bit longer. What pointe shoes are made for wide feet? There used to be certain brands that had wider shoes than others, but now almost every single brand offers a pointe shoe model that has a really wide width. Nicolai just introduced a 6 width, so they used to go up to only 5, but now they have up to a width 6. So people's feet are getting wider, so they are accommodating for that. Brush and Pointe also goes up to a width 6, which is very wide. So there's a lot of companies that make wide shoes, and I think more models are going to come out that are wider than others. What pointe shoes are best for my feet? Wow, that really depends on a lot of things and exactly why we created this YouTube channel. So if you want to figure out what kind of pointe shoes are best for your feet, you should just watch through all of our pointe shoe fitting videos in the past 4 years. Are pointe shoes expensive? I'm sorry, yes they are. They're expensive for us too. Pointe shoes are probably the most expensive thing for a ballerina, not just because the pointe shoes are expensive in on their own, but because they don't last very long. A single dancer can go through like 80 pairs of pointe shoes in a month if they're going through nutcracker season or something crazy. Are pointe shoes biodegradable? That's such a good question. They actually are. Well, the traditionally made pointe shoes are biodegradable because they're all made out of natural materials. And Mr. Grishko, Nicolai, always jokes that you can eat our pointe shoes because they're made out of such natural materials. Don't do that, but they are biodegradable. The synthetic ones, unfortunately, are not because they're synthetic and those don't biodegrade, but most pointe shoes you can just toss them and they will eventually just go back into the earth. Why pointe shoes were made? Pointe shoes were originally made because they wanted to show dancers on stage that look like they're floating. It's like this ethereal kind of cool invention at that time, and now it's become a total iconic symbol in the ballet world. I kind of love that we're part of that. Why darn pointe shoes? For those of you who don't know what darning is, it's a way that you stitch around the platform to make the pointe shoes either last longer or to give people an edge. So if you watch some of our pointe shoe hacks, you'll see that most professional dancers darn their pointe shoes. And depending on how they balance on their platform, they darn it a little bit different. Are pointe shoes dangerous? Absolutely. Pointe shoes are dangerous not because of pointe shoes themselves, but because of what position you have to be in to dance on pointe. Pointe shoes are there to support you and to help you get on your toes, but you shouldn't completely rely on your pointe shoes to get up on pointe. That's why you have to have years and years of experience, the right technique, the right strength, and the range of motion to be able to go up on pointe. There are a lot of different tests that you can do now to make sure that you are ready for pointe. I really suggest that you check in with a doctor or a physical therapist who understands ballet dancers and knows these tests and what to look for in order to get you on pointe safely. These are some of the most popular questions about pointe shoes. If you have any questions and if you want us to do more of these Q&A videos, leave your questions on the comments and you might get them answered in our next video. I'll see you guys later.